Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today we'll be doing a message for the sign of Libra. As always, Libra, all of the readings are timeless. So when the message finds you and resonates, then it is yours at the time in which you find it. Libra, I've done your message today with the King of Cups. The deck kind of split apart. All right, so it's a little like confidence booster for me from my spirit team. They tend to show up as the King of Cups. So, or at least one of them does. All right, so I have done your reading today with the Hush Tarot. So you'll by Jeremy Hush, so you'll be seeing that in your spread today. That's funny because I've been struggling like trying to get this message out. It's actually kind of really interesting and cool. And I've been wanting to get this message out. I've been recording over and over and over again, and I don't know, it's just like something it's like something would happen and then I would stop the video and then start over again. But anyways, so that King of Cups showing up is kind of like a little boost of confidence. Okay, so I have already done the underlining, the split, and the overall, so you won't be necessarily seeing the performance of all of that, but we have the Death card as your underlining energy. And what I'm loving about this is that there's actually a lot of life in this Death card. You can see this eagle here is guarding and building this nest for their offspring. So there's a couple of little eggs down here. There's also this little chick that has, you know, I was gonna say been born. I don't know. They crack through the eggs. Yeah, I guess it's like birth, right? So there's a lot of life actually happening in this Death card. And because that skull is there, it's kind of talking about reusing things that have no more life essence in them and kind of like repurposing them to bring about new life. It's like taking the materials that have already been used, it's kind of like recycling to create something new. So this eagle here, what's really pulling my attention is this eagle that is standing. It's like he's got his claws like standing on top of the skull here. And what it's talking about is, well, in reference to your reading itself, it's talking about like some energy. This eagle energy is like guarding your cover, because in your reading it, there's an element here where it's like your cover is being blown, and this eagle is, you see how he's covering the cap? So it's like they're protecting or helping to keep your cover from being blown. Okay. And then on the split, we have the Knight of Cups. And this Knight of Cups has been threading itself through all of the readings. It's definitely a collective theme that is going on. And it's talking about joining forces. It's been coming through as a message of joining forces. So, and the way it's being presented in your reading is that there is an energy that is working with you to keep your cover from being blown. Okay. So that's what this is talking about here. And then on the And the overall energy, we have, what is this? This is the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. Two cards came out. And there is a reflection that's happening in these, in the overall energy and in the split and the underlining. Because if you look at both of them, so like over, do you see how the images are reflected? Like this eagle here is looking back at this joining of forces. And then here it's the owl that is looking back at, okay, this is fascinating because in the Queen of Cups here, it's like a bird has made their nest in the crown, in the cover. And look, all of these spikes here are like guarding. So this is fascinating. It's kind of bringing up like okay. It's bringing up like this like a two-level protection, or like a two-level something like that, like it's making me actually think of like when you have an account with, I don't know, Google, YouTube, whatever, maybe. um there's like a two-step verification, something along those lines. So random. And like that is acting as a protective mechanism to prevent your cover from being blown. Okay. To prevent it, so that's, now is that actually like literal, or is it a metaphor? I feel, I mean, of course it's your reading, so you're gonna choose how it applies to you, but that's what it's looking like. It's looking like a two-step, um like protective mechanism to this joining of forces. Okay, so let's put that away for now. All right, so in your reading today, you're coming through as this Queen of Pentacles. And yet another bleed through that's threading its way throughout the collective. It's this Queen of Pentacles. It's appearing in your first card, which also made itself known in the Scorpio reading, um, in the first position too. So this is coming up as you, very nurturing, very open, actually kind of like this. It's almost like you're the eagle. Very nurturing. Oh yeah, yeah, I see that definitely, because look, the wings are open and in protection of this. Down here at the bottom, what is this? What is this down here at the bottom? Hang on, let me take a peek at it. Well, it's your cover. Protecting. Okay, so it's looking like you are protecting someone else's cover. Okay, that's interesting. You're protecting someone else's cover. Initially, it was actually kind of talking about you going, well, it's coming through actually as a little bit like innocent, really. Um, it was looking to me like setting out a bird feeder, because we've got in the center of your reading, we have the Three of Cups, and it's referring to like putting a bird feeder out in your yard and like providing the space in order for wildlife to come to you, because she's open arms, like she's very nurturing and accepting of nature. So it's looking like putting a bird feeder out and kind of sitting back behind a cover and watching them eat, like watching them eat the bird seed and everything. Like you've put out an attractant and now you're sitting back behind the cover. Okay, so then this eagle is actually coming through as kind of like a guardian, like a guardian. It's coming through as a guardian for you. So you've put out this um attractant. I'm going to call it an attractant. It's coming through as like a bird feeder. You've put out this attractant, this bird feeder, and things are coming to it. And it looks like this eagle here is kind of, well, it's in the center between you and what you're trying to attract. Well, what you're trying to attract is this, well, it's coming, I don't know exactly what it is, but you're viewing it, you're watching it. And the eagle is acting as like a cover for you, so that what you're attracting doesn't see you, but you can see it. You see what I'm saying? And what's happening here, I'm trying to see how to incorporate this, because we have the sun that is coming in between you both as well. In between you and this Three of Pentacles is the sun. So it's referring to you watching. And the sun here generally comes up as, well, the sun and the moon, because they're both very similar. It's coming through as the sun though. It's like a peephole. There's a peephole, looking through the peephole at something else, and like seeing their, okay, so with the Three of Cups, it's talking about like being able to see like the natural routines, like their behavior, because they don't know that you're watching them. Their behavior is well, it's natural. It's not, it's almost like their awareness of you can change their behavior. So as long as they don't know that you're looking at them, it's like you can observe them in their natural state and watch their behavior, how it would be naturally. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what the sun is looking, that's what the sun is providing for you, is the ability to have this experience, like a peephole experience. What's fascinating though is that it's kind of working in reverse. It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like, you know, when you're out and about, you're just doing your thing, and you can feel a presence. It's coming up with the terms because I've actually used this, not recently, but like somebody like burning a hole in you, like with their eyes, type of thing. So it's like you're doing, or they're actually doing their own thing, but they can sense your presence, and so it's causing them to like look up. So in that there's there's a phenomenon that happens that when you're out doing your own thing and you can feel someone looking at you, like you can feel someone like staring, right? And then it causes you, it's like a psychic awareness type of thing, and it causes you to like look up and look around, and then when you look up you see them looking at you. That's what this is talking about. So because I'm noticing here that in the Three of Cups, this bird here, hopefully you guys can see it. Do you see how they're all feeding each other, they're nourishing each other, they're in their um, natural state? This one has sensed that you are looking, and it's caused them to look directly at you. Um, so it's kind of like the sun energy is acting as a peephole that is like two ways. It's like a two-way peephole. Hang on a second. Were we not just talking about how there's like a two... I love it when things like this happen in the readings. We were just talking about like a two-step verification code that it like helps to keep your cover. Well, actually what it's doing is is it blowing your cover? That's what's happening here. That's the effect of this two-way is blowing your cover. It's like a two-way mirror type of thing. It's like they can see you, well, you can see them, but they can't see you. But then all of a sudden, well, I feel like psychically though, they know that you're looking. So your cover has been blown. And that's coming through here with this nine. It's the Nine of Swords here. It's coming through as like the shock of realizing that they realized that you were looking at them. That's what's coming through us. Like that type of shock, like, oh shit. And then like the quick look away. You see the look away? Like, no, I wasn't looking. That type of an energy. So your cover has been blown, and it's having, so when your cover is blown, you see this energy up here? It's like it's talking about the crown. There's something happening in the crown, in your crown chakra, because it's reiterating itself like a couple of times. It's talking here about this eagle that is trying to keep your cover from being blown. Obviously, it's not really working that well. And then it's happening here again with all of these like spikes. It's like there's a lot of defense around your crown. There's a lot of defense around your crown. But it's like when you have been witnessed in your witnessing of the, you see what I'm saying? Like when you've been caught or your cover has been blown, it's like all of the defense that was around your crown is like been released. It's been released. Well, not necessarily been released, but it's like your defenses can, oh, that's it. So this card actually came upside down when it first came out, and so it's interesting that I put it back up to the camera upside down. I never take reversals. And the reason being is because the way that I read is I'm scrying from the cards. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, it's not the traditional meanings is what it's talking about. So it's coming in reverse. And I don't know, like I'm looking at the shape, I'm trying to look at the shape and see. Because when it initially came out, I just turned it upright. Because if anything does come out upside down, I just turn them around. I feel like I'm missing something here. Hopefully it'll come out a little later. But it's talking about your cover being blown. And although you had like a guardian, your own protective mechanism, everything was put into place to keep your cover from being blown. It's like whenever this one psychically senses your presence, there it's like your cover's blown, like you've been witnessed, you've been seen. And it's referring to, so something about in your crown, well, you're connected, right? If you're viewing something, you're connected. So, and then we're ending off the, see, look again, I just turned it back the same way and now it's going back upside down again. Okay. So now we're ending off your reading with it's the Ace of Cups. And it's talking about your cover, your crown, everything is being like pushed out. And what's coming out with it is this little bird. Okay, so it's kind of pointing back to this death card here, where this one has, you see, like this little chick has broken out of its egg, it's broken out of its cover and is out. And it's like, this is you. And when your cover gets blown, this little chick is birthed. This little chick, hang on. This little chick is inside of the Queen of Cups as well. The Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups, you see? He's there in the crown too. This is interesting because it is almost like there is something unbeknownst to you. There's something in your crown that has like alerted the others of your focused attention on them. It's kind of coming, okay, this is what this was talking about. I was talking about, the way that I typically read is like through scrying. Well, what I'm noticing here is that these three birds are standing over like this bird seed well. And I'm seeing it like a scrying vessel. Typically, it's talking about like a bowl or something with water in it that you can see. What it's referring to is like you can see a reflection. You can see the reflection in the water, and that is giving them the ability to be able to see you. So it's like you're looking at them through a peephole, and but you're not realizing that they're actually like also looking at you. It's talking, there's a reflection here. Do you see how the image here, I don't even know how to explain this. Do you see what I'm saying? Like a reflection. And that's what is, it's like that's what is enabling them to see you and your cover being blown. It's like you're just watching each other. This is so interesting. Okay. So when your cover is blown, it doesn't seem like this is like a bad thing. This doesn't feel like a bad thing. Or like, you know, somebody's trying to like do some weird shit or whatever. It doesn't feel like that. What it feels like is that once your cover's blown, you see them, they see you, there's a joining. There is a join. That's what this is talking about. It's talking about the joining of forces. So once your cover is blown, there's a joining here that happens between you and this Three of Pentacles, these three little birds, because it's like, well, you put this out for them, they've come, you've witnessed each other, and then these three birds are now swooping back onto your arm here. Hopefully you can see this, but you see those three little birds? There's three, one, two, three little birds there, and it's like, and now they've come to you. They're coming to you. They are joining forces with you. It's kind of like just gauging something or somebody from a distance before an actual like connection is made. It's like that. Like looking at somebody from a distance before you make an approach. So you're looking, but they're actually making the approach. Okay. All right. So, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and put some more cards for your spread. And if you would like to watch the extended, the link for that is in the description box.